lovelies! Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jamie. Today we have so much to go through. I could not be happier right now. I went on a book buying ban for all of the rest of April and all of May. June, we had a library sale coming up, so I told myself I would give myself a little leeway on how many books. In total, we have a book of the month box to go open. I haven't opened it yet, and I've had it for about a week and a half. That is restraint. That is restraint. I went to Goodwill, and I also went to Ollie's just for a little bit to see what was around, and I found a few that I've been waiting on. So I'm going to show you guys those. And then I also went to the library sale today. I was waiting to do that before I filmed this video, so that I could show you guys everything that I got, and then we gotta put them on the shelves and document them and put them in the library, and that takes all day. It's like one of my favorite things to do is rearrange everything and get all the dust off the shelves and the books. There's one thing you know about a book nerd: if there are no dust on their shelves, they use it. They don't just put them up there and leave them. If there's no dust on the shelves, that's a reader. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to open our book of the month box. I am a little nervous because, as you see, they rough handled this, and considering what happened to Beautiful Ugly, I'm a little skeptical. You guys are, I have not opened this yet. It's completely sealed, so I am scared to open this. I'm hoping, I'm really hoping that this is not ruined, because I have 3 books in here. This is the first time I've ever gotten 3. I usually stick to either one. Very rarely will I ever get 2, but since I have done so well with not getting a book of the month and just comparing the prices and everything, book of the month I figured out is actually worth it for me to get. I'm scared for the condition. So hang on, I need to go get something to open this with. It's fine. Okay, you guys get first look. If it is horrible, I swear I'm gonna be mad. No. Nice. Okay. I did. It is. Oh my god. It may be just worn from the box. I think it's just wear from the box because they smashed a little bit of it. But if that's the only thing wrong with it, so you have to. I can't believe I have to do this. I've never before. Dust cover is a little messed up. These people, I swear. This was our book of the month pick. This is The Ghostwriter by Julie Clark. I was not feeling any of the choices for this month, but I did want to get a new one that I had never heard of before or anticipated. This one, it's taking place in 75. After 50 years of silence, Vincent Taylor is finally ready to talk about what really happened the night of 1975. So, in the brink of financial ruin, she's offered a job to ghostwrite her father's last book. What she doesn't know, though, is that the project is another one of his lies. That's all I needed to know. The next one that I had in the box is a book that I cannot find anywhere. I've tried the library, I've tried online, the digital libraries. I've also looked on Kindle Unlimited. I've looked at other locations. I can't find this book for free anywhere. Book of the month is the only one that had it, unless I wanted to buy it new at a bookstore, which wasn't happening. So one of my anticipated reads for this year was Fun for the Whole Family by Jennifer E. Smith. I have read 2 of her books, and I absolutely love her. This is her newest one. This one is supposed to be a family drama one. A bunch of kids who haven't spoken in years. It's basically like an adult We Were Liars. They each have their own lives. They're brought together. One of their siblings tells them to get together, and they all show up and, find out they all have secrets, including the person who got them together. So, I'm excited to read this. This kind of reminds me of like a little suspense mystery, so we shall see. The next one I have already read, but once again, I can only find it from them, and not only that, but I have the first book from Book of the Month, and I figured this would be the best addition to the series. After having Phantasma from Book of the Month, I thought it was fitting for me to get the second book from Book of the Month too. And I hope that she will go through Book of the Month again, because we're supposed to be getting a third one. What it's titled, when it's coming out, we have no idea. She just hinted at the fact that I'm just writing a third book. Okay. I gotta wait a year now, maybe more. These are reread material, 100%, they're very easy. I read them off of Kindle Unlimited, but they're just so beautiful. I wanted them on my shelf. So, yay. This one says, "Hi, I'm Mark." Haha. Out of all these, the only one that was messed up was the Ghost Rider. Which, I can't really complain too badly about that. Enchantra looks pretty good, as well as the other one, but Ghost Rider I wish would have been a little less bendy. I've already read this one. This is just going to go on the shelf and sit pretty. Fun for the whole family. I will read this month. I have been looking forward to it since April, and sooner than that, because it released in April. I had it on my list to get at the beginning of the year, so long overdue. We're gonna read it this month. That wraps up the book unboxing. That's all situated. I'm still so surprised they were not more damaged, because I mean, look at that. I was scared, and it was raining. I was more scared about it being water damaged than anything else. It's been raining nonstop. We're in the rainy season. It's monsoon season. It rains every afternoon for like 2 hours. I don't know. I want you guys to know that I spent $8 today, and at the library, that means I got this. Ow. All this for $8. So starting out with the first ones that I found, I was actually super happy to find these. These are definitely older, but they are considered classics. I found the whole trilogy for Lord of the Rings. So the Fellowship of the Ring, the Two Towers, and Return of the King. They did have The Hobbit in this edition too, but I already have a copy of The Hobbit, and I also figured that someone else would want it. I'm very happy with this. Very, very much. Even like the covers, they're very, like, I mean, it's so cute. So we got all three. So that was the first set that I found. I found Stacey Abrams' Rules of Engagement. This is one of the few other books that she's written besides the Justice trilogy. Now it's a trilogy. I don't know if there's going to be any more than that. But this one was a little bit messed up. Like, the pages are out of sync. But that's okay. I don't care about condition. All I care about is if all the pages are there and they're not drastically ripped to where I can't read them. Next one. This one was a surprise. I didn't want the series cover. However, I sucked it up because they're all in the middle of being converted to the movie covers at the moment. But I found the first one to the Bridgerton series. I even have the library book on my shelf, and now I can return it. So now I have the first book. I have been wanting to read this series so that I can watch the actual series on Netflix. I've heard a lot of good things about it. A lot of people love it. I haven't read the books. I want to read them as I watch them. I'm excited. I am excited for this. This was a good find. The next one, I have actually seen this movie, but I have not read the book yet. And I know it's also a series. I was very happy to find this. I would have been happy with the movie book as well, but it is Crazy Rich Asians. This is by Kevin Kwong. I loved this movie so much. I loved it. So I am curious to see if the book is like the movie. For those of you who haven't heard about this one, book series is about a girl from New York. Her boyfriend asked her to go to a wedding with them. So he neglected to tell her a few details until they were like already on their way. That his family is super, super rich, and he did not prepare her at all. I loved the movie. I really loved the movie. I just got so giggly. I was really hoping for some things. I am curious to see if the book is like the movie. Next up, we have one that I've been eyeing for a couple of years. I haven't found a copy of it yet, so I was very happy to see this. It's Paper Palace by Miranda Keller. The Paper Palace, this one it unfolds after 24 hours across 50 years as decades of family legacies, love, lies, secrets, and one unspeakable childhood incident lead Elle to the precipice of a life-changing decision. Drama, love relationships, soul. Next up, this one's a little more popular author. I don't find very many of her books because, let's put it this way. If I saw it and decided, oh, I'll come back to it if I can find anything else, and did that 2 minutes later, it would have been gone. I can guarantee you that if I would have did that, it would have been gone. Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. We all know she's popular right now. This is one of the ones that haven't been made to a movie yet. As far as if this is in a series or not, I do not know. That I have to look up, because I know some of her books are in trilogies. Some of them are just like duos. It depends. I haven't looked this one up yet. I need to, and if I need another book, then I'll be on the hunt for that. I have other books I can read by her that I have the first book for, so this was just a bonus because I know that I wasn't going to find it again. Next two that I found were Ellen Hildebrand choices. I found two. So the first one is The Beach Club. These two are both some of their oldest works. Obviously, this is the 2000 version because none of the books I have on my shelf look like this. But it is so rare that I don't care. There's that one. This one also takes place in Nantucket. Go figure. Mac escaped his past, started over in a hotel that has become his life, but his secrets stay with him. And Love O'Donnell, she is an Aspen native, takes a job at Beach Club to implement her life plan, find a man to get her pregnant. Yeah, that just seems like drama to a T. This other one is Love Season, another one that I can't find. This one, Marguerite, former chef of the culinary hotspot, has been out of the public eye for over a decade. This changes with a phone call from Marguerite's goddaughter, Renata. She has not seen her since the death of Renata's mother. And now that Renata is in Nantucket visiting the family of her new fiance, she takes the opportunity, against her father's wishes, to contact Marguerite in hopes of learning the story of her mother's life and death. So, this seems like a mother-daughter beachy drama. Her books are always full with drama. That one I can always count on, okay? No shortage of drama, ever. Next one that I have, I just finished my first book from Jojo Moyes. I read Me Before You. You guys will get that review. I don't want to speak about it right now. You guys will find out why later. But I got the next one. This one is The Horse Dancer. I do not believe this is a part of the series. I think this is just a standalone novel. I could be wrong. I have to do research on that. But I know it's not a part of that trilogy. Me Before You, After You, and then Still Me. That's that trilogy. I know she has another one. I don't remember. I think it's In Paris, something like that. I don't remember. But I think this is one that's not a part of a trilogy, so hopefully I could just read this. She's a little worn down and a little flaky, but that's okay. She's intact. She is definitely been read a bunch. The ink is bleeding into the other pages, so that's either shows that it's been on the shelves way too much, or it's just been loved. More than likely, it's just been loved. Hopefully. We'll see. Next one, I need one more book. After finding this book for my Mortal Instruments collection that was published many, many years ago. The Chain of Thorns, Chain of Iron, all those. I don't have those yet. Those are a little harder to find because they're newer. These ones. I am so happy to find this. I did not picture Bane looking like this. For those of you who read the series, you know it. Yeah. So this is supposed to be Magnus Bane's life. He's like the one everybody runs to when they have a problem. You know, figure it out. I am curious to see his story. And I have never read this one. I've read the first 2 of the Infernal Devices, excuse me. And I've read the first 3 of the Mortal Instruments, and that's it. So those are due for like a complete reread because I skipped around and I don't want to do that again. But I have never read this one. So I am so excited to have this on my shelf. I only need the Shadowhunters Codex. And then all the newer ones that came after Mortal Instruments. Those ones I don't have. But the immediate ones, I'm excited. I have all of them. The only other one I got from an author that I already have in my collection is Fanny Flagg, and this one is I Still Dream About You. Once again, I don't know if this is a part of one of her series or if this is one of the standalones. So we shall see. Like, look at this. I don't want to read all that. I don't like it. This is why I don't read you guys a synopsis, because these ones scare me that if I read it, it will just tell me the whole book. This is why I don't tell you guys the synopsis of more than half the books. I'm going to skip to the end, though. Wonderful novel that is equal parts Southern charm, murder mystery, and the perfect combination of comedy and old-fashioned wisdom that can be served up only by Fanny Flagg. We'll leave it at that. I didn't know this was part murder mystery, so I'm even more excited to read this. There was a couple more by her, but I limited myself to one because the hardbacks are more. They're $1 versus 50 cents. I only had like $2 left to spend, so I either could get only one more hardcover or like, 4 paperbacks. The last one is a popular one. I am a little intimidated because I've heard a lot about it. Not a lot of people on this channel reading it though. I was working in the library when this came out, and it always really intrigued me because I like anything dealing with, the Civil War or Lincoln or, any kind of slave story, because, you're just learning history that way. This is a chonker. So we have The Lincoln Highway by Amar Tolls. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I could be wrong. But I've seen this everywhere. I have not seen a lot of YouTubers reviewing this though. I will admit that. So I am intrigued. I'm looking forward to reading it. It is a chonker. I'm pretty sure it's over 600 pages. No? Below 600 pages? We are below 600 pages. That's not as bad as I thought. We're about like 550 on this. That's not bad. I was scared about that. This is more than likely going to be an audiobook. But now that I have it, I will get to it sooner. You know what they say? Out of sight, out of mind. So I like having it in my mind. That was it for the library sale portion. I'm just going to go over a few that I found over the course of this month. I think I did it at like the beginning of June. Not very many. There's like 4 here. So the first one was actually a dollar store pick, and I've tried getting this before, but I decided against it at the time because I didn't have the extra money to pay for it. We have Tan France, Naturally Tan. For those of you who have never watched Queer Eye is Such a good series, I swear. So there's 5 guys total. They are all very colorful. That's the easiest way to say it. We love each and every one of them. I think Anthony is my favorite, and I need to go pick up his cookbook that he created. I want to get that so bad. We have Anthony, we have Jonathan. Tan is the one in charge of appearances and, fixing up the wardrobe, what people are comfortable in. These 5 guys offer recommendations that people give out saying, this person, it could be my husband, it could be a friend, it could be anyone close. And they recommend, they kind of need, rejuvenation in their life. It's the easiest way to put it. They go to them, they figure out their lifestyle, they figure out where their mental state is, what their wardrobe is like, what their routines with the hair, the skincare, everything dealing with your life. They kind of give you a fresh start. They dress you up, they show you different things to do with your hair, your skin, certain things to do with mental capacity. Me and my sister love this show so much. Tan is the one in charge of the fashion side of things. So, being one of my favorites, I love the way his styles are. I've taken a few of my, style ideas from him. So, reading his memoir, I'm excited. And to find it in the dollar store, sign me up. I'm going to read this pretty soon. Next one, I found this one at a Goodwill. This is one of the few James Patterson books that I have wanted to read for a long time. And it's The Horsewoman. And this is also by Mike Lupica. I have read a couple of his books as well. So, all of them are a reason why I want to read it. I do not remember what this one was about. Maggie Atwood and Becky McCabe, mother and daughter, both champion riders, vowed to never ever go up against one another. That's all I need to know. Because I guarantee you this book is about going against each other. But for Goodwill, it was in very good condition. I'm going to have to figure out how to get this sticker off because it looks like it's been on for a minute. The last 2 that I have for you guys today are 2 I picked up from Ollie's. Ollie's is either a hit or miss for me. They usually have the same stuff for a long time. And more than half the time, their books are not really that popular or that good. However, this trip, I was super excited to find 2 books that I've wanted for a while. So we had The Last Voyage of Joe Plith by Ali Condi. I've read the Match trilogy by Andy Condi. Those were really good. And then I read her recent book, which was The Unwedding. And I have reviewed that one. I think that one I did at the beginning of the year. I really enjoyed that one. It was like a murder mystery type. And I didn't know that she was still writing. So this is one of the few books that I got that is actually a part of the Match trilogy. This was written after that. So I want to know what this one's about and what I've been missing out on. Last but not least was a manga book that actually was converted from a webtoon. I have talked about webtoon before. It is a webcomic app that you can go to and look at different creators because they're all created by those authors. They're the ones who do the artwork. They're the ones who do the dialogue. They're the ones who I'll do all of it by hand and then post it on webtoon. Some of these people are amazing. Okay, I don't own any of the webtoon comics that they've converted into books until now. I mean, look at this artwork. Someone created this. So this is about a guy who doesn't have any powers. This is a world where you have a power. Serafina is one of my favorites. I absolutely love her. I love the way they did her hair too. But she is his best friend. He doesn't have any powers. She used to be one of the top students in the school until she didn't want to be a part of the hierarchy anymore. She was done. So she kind of just hangs around him, protects him a little bit from everybody when she can. And our story is mostly about him. I love this series. This is one of the first webtoons I ever read. I don't remember how far I got into this, but there's so much in here. It's ridiculous, but it's awesome. I am so excited to have this. This will probably take me like a day to get through. Maybe only like 2 hours. But I am so excited. This is number 1. I don't know how many of these they've created, because I know for True Beauty, they go on forever. I mean, Lore Olympus is like on its 7th edition or something. I don't remember. But Lore Olympus, True Beauty, and this one were some of my first webtoons that I started reading before I started getting back to actual reading. Eurochan, she was one of my favorites. I have her on her Instagram. She's such an amazing creator, and obviously deserving of the hype. So good. I'm glad they've started putting these into books so that I can finish them whenever I want, because they started charging for episodes and I wasn't happy. Those are all of the books that I have accumulated over 14 days. Yeah, so 14 days of books, I gained over 20. But now I will go back on a book buying ban until the next library sale. I only get books from Book of the Month and the library sale. That's where I get most of my reads. I've been using the whole library a whole lot more, and I really appreciate them so much for so many of the new books that they bring in. That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me. This was so fun. I love doing these videos for you guys. I know it's one of your guys' favorites videos to watch. I have a lot to sort through. I have a lot to document. I have a lot to add to my journals, and it's so tedious because now I have to move all of this. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. That'll help me bring you more videos every week. Love your reads and drink your teas, and I am gonna get started on reading some more. Bye!